Listen, everything that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds did to Justin Baldoni was premeditated. Remember, she also told him and reassured him, you are safe here. You are safe here. She said that. But in actual fact, she happened to be the very snake that was going to make him very unsafe. Okay guys, how are we all doing today? Lovely to see you all once again. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Chinyere of Juliet Style Glam. And if this is your first time here with me, thank you so much for being here. And if you're already subscribed to my channel, you're awesomely and truly welcome today. So by the time this video will be up, the previous one I did over the weekend will be up. Unfortunately, I couldn't record as much as I wanted because I have a tooth infection. Now, these are part of the things that got me off your radar the last time. I have a tooth infection and it's back. And apparently, I've had an ear problem for the longest time. So I think there's a possibility that they are linked. So I was with the dentist last week. It still hurts. So I'm still going to go back for more. Then I have to see my doctor and a whole lot of other things. But you know that when you have a toothache, oh my God. You know, everything just, you know, it's this part of you. And I have this side of my head that really hurts. So even when I'm working out, it's a pain. Okay, so that's enough about me. How are you all doing? I hope you all had an amazing weekend. Now, today, like I said, I promised I was going to go in on the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, lawsuit. Now, in my last video, I actually said, so what happened and when did it all begin to go wrong? And I also promised that I was going to tell you guys how Blake Lively was able to get this far, how she was able to manipulate her way this path. I have a lot of notes. I said, in the beginning, you just, you speed read. Now I'm taking my time to read everything bit by bit. So I'm going to do this like a series. So you guys watch out for that. If I don't post as often as I should, know that it's my tooth and that I can't speak at that time. Please bear with me. All right. So we're going to start because I have my notes here with me. And guys, I'm so happy I was able to get my tablet to work. It's still, because I haven't updated it. It's I don't know where the charger is. So because I must use a Sony charger. If not, I can't, do the updates. Anyway, all right. So let's start from the beginning. And I want to just highlight, these are the things that I see that a lot of people are doing, doing the same, trying to pick out nuances in the court case and in Justin Baldoni's messages, the exchanges. And I'm going to say kudos to Justin Baldoni for being this forward. And I will tell you that at a point when he spoke to Heath and he said his guts, when he talked about his, because I actually questioned at what point did his guts begin to tell him that something was amiss here, And so I'm so glad that he actually did message, said something is up. He couldn't place his finger on it, but something is up. And I think, and as women, kudos to his wife as well, Emily. You know what's up. As women, we always know when other women start getting naughty and nasty. We do. And I think Emily caught her husband up to speed on this and said, hey, something is going on here. We don't know what it is, but something is going on here. Méfiez-vous. Méfie-toi parce que là, il y a quelque chose qui se passe. Il y a quelque chose que cette dame commence à le faire. So how did it all begin? Now, where it all started, the beginning of all of this was Ryan Reynolds inviting Justin Baldoni to their home in New York. Now, you see, I keep on saying it. I'm proudly Nigerian and Igbo. It's not like that's one in the UK that wants to forget who she is. Me, I am proudly Igbo. I'm proudly Igbo, then Nigerian. If I not be Igbo, something for happen, something for spoil. So I thank God I'm Igbo. You see, in my country, my culture, you know, women are very, very sharp, you know. And in the same way, in my culture, your fellow man, right, summoning you to his house is a power move. Now, this is how it plays out. It is not okay. Well, I won't say it is not okay. When your fellow man comes to meet you or comes to your home, you know, whatever, let's keep visiting aside. But when someone comes to meet you in your home, right, that means that there is something I want from you, right? And so I need to come to meet you, right? To see you, to ask for or to help or to demand for your help or whatever it is I may want. It's a different thing if we're at a party or an occasion. Those are totally different things. We can always, you know, do a tete-a-tete and talk about whatever it is. Be it business, be it help, whatever. And so, when I'm reading this, and I'm seeing that Ryan Reynolds, now, Justin obviously is a well-cultured man and very well-mannered. Now, Justin Baldoni sent a text to Ryan Reynolds and says, oh, you know, I'm working with your wife. And I get that move. I understand it very well. This is respect to his fellow man, because I'm going to be with your wife and I'm going to be doing, and we're in the scenes, we're going to be acting some scenes that are a little bit, so I'm just trying to reassure you. That's what he was trying to do here. I'm just trying to reassure you. Now, in that message, a man whom you've never met talks to you and sends you a message. And what you respond to him, it's the use of the word, he's having the producer's face tattooed to his perineum. And I'm like, inappropriate much? That was the first form of impropriety that took place in this whole adventure. And so, by Justin Baldoni creating this room and this avenue for us to be able to have this conversation, in the grand scheme of things, they felt in their minds, in their brains, they thought and they took Justin Baldoni to be, he wants you. Again, power move. By talking about what, listen, I'm Nigerian. This is something that we do. Power move. He says to him, and when he says things like, some of the greatest creative decisions he's ever made was Blake, that he is lucky. He is lucky to be having, listen, remember, Justin Baldoni is the director, right? So imagine as a director of a company, right? You are the owner of the company. And then you hire someone, right, to work for your company. Then the husband of the someone that you hired is telling you that you are lucky. That you are lucky. You people she's working. You are lucky you have her. You are lucky you are this, because he's telling you that she has other options. So do whatever it is she tells you to do. It was all a power move from the beginning. Everything had been planned. Listen, everything that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds did to Justin Baldoni was premeditated. Please, if you, it is long, but I'm telling you, everything that they did was premeditated from the get-go. From the moment they began to talk and exchange chats and all, from the moment they began to, everything had been minutiously planned. So that each time she always tried to pacify him or tried, oh, you're so kind. Remember, in all of that, she never failed to tell him, I'm a beast, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm this to work with, I'm that to work with. All in all, what was she trying to do? She was trying to set the pace for all the craziness that was going to unfold. She was setting the rhythm for all the madness that she and her husband had planned to carry out, so that each time, this is like is a very narcissistic thing. Someone, a rat, when a rat wants to, when a rat is feeding, or when a rat is, hurting or biting you, why is it that a lot of people don't feel it? They don't feel it because when the rat is doing it, they are gnawing at you. At the same time, they are, soothing it with air. So you don't understand what's going on, and you are having so much fun there. And the rat is having a go at your hairline, or at your feet, or at your hands, or whatever part of your body they are taking a go at. That was exactly what she was doing. A rat. And so she was doing that. Each time she did anything silly, they would text each other, and she would say, and he would say, and she would say, oh, I'm really this that to work with. I'm this that. And so that was where it all began. From that, first of all, from the text messages they exchanged. Now, moving on, they decided, okay, this is just the beginning. And, one thing I'm going to say, excuse me. One thing I'm going to say about Justin Baldoni is his communication skills are excellent. I'm going to give it to him. His communication skills are excellent. Imagine this man did not have any form of communication with this lady from beginning to end. Is it emails? Is it text messages? Is it memos? Name it. The line of communication was clear and concise and open. You can't fault him on that. He was very articulate. He was very minutious to the T. Now, we now move further, and we see where Blake Lively decides she wants to write the rooftop scene, right? And then she goes on in him, and I think that's on page 13. And she now talks to him about her ideas, and what she could bring. And then we are hearing talks about a beanie and all that. You see, every step of the way she had begun, everything was, I'm going to repeat it, everything was premeditated between her husband and herself to Justin Baldoni. In their minds, they had the perception that people really love them and they could do no wrong in anyone's eyes. And that whatever it is they dished out, that Justin Baldoni will take it. Because he didn't have the clout and he didn't have the audience and the money. I just want to say something to Blake Lively. I just did a little research. I'm going to put it here so that you guys can see. This is me being petty. I'm just going to put it here. So I checked the list of top leading actresses in Hollywood. You're not in the first, you're not, I didn't see, your name did not come there So anything that you're doing or you have today is basically because of your husband. You know, however he got where he is his cup of tea. But you don't rank. Justin Baldoni ranks more than you. If anything, I think Justin Baldoni has helped you become known. Then you carried out the notoriety further. I just said, let me put it out there. Anyway, so from the rooftop scene was where Blake Lively had begun to test the waters of her limits. You see, as women, this is something that we do. Even with our spouses, boyfriends, we test. Our kids do it to us. They test your limits to what you can accept, what you can take, what you can, stomach. And she had begun to test her limits. And so I think at this point, in my opinion, when Justin Baldoni began to have the gut feeling, things had already gone too far. I'm going to, spank him on his left wrist, and then I'm going to soothe him on the right. Things had gone too far at that point. But then reading through, I then realized that this was a man who was paying attention. He was paying attention to a woman who had just had a baby. Because again, he's a father. And oh God, I'm looking at my blush. Oh, it's scaring me. Anyway, so this is a father. He has 2 kids. So he knows, I believe he knows what it is for a woman who's just had a baby. So I'm going to, soothe him on the right wrist and say this was what he was looking at. He was looking at a woman who was vulnerable after giving birth, a woman who was insecure about her body, a woman who was worried about how she would appear or look on TV, in the movie. This was where he was coming from. He was coming from this place of sentimentality. And, he also talked about him being someone who's what's that word he used for himself? He said his love language or something was being available or something like that. I will look for it, And so this was where he was coming from. A nice man, a good man, who understood that this woman was going through something. So I'm going to make her as comfortable as I can. Offering you, a doctor's services, offering you different things, in assuring you every step of the way. Justin Baldoni kept assuring her and saying, don't worry, you'll be fine. Don't worry, I could do this and this. There was when the part where there's a part where he actually offered her some I think homeopathic doctor to check her out when she was having something. And I said I was going to talk about this because I am one of those people that if you come to me or for whatever reason I start, you have an issue, I would readily offer you. I'm one of those people. I will readily offer you my help. I will readily offer you, okay, could you go see this person and this person and to tell them I sent you. Go see this person and this person. I would readily offer that. Now, that has backfired so many times on me because most times when you do it, the people you're doing it for, because they do not understand and they cannot appreciate the lengths that you go or you have gone to make to give them this solution, it can never be appreciated. Not all, many. And so I have told myself over time and said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Unless someone asks me explicitly and says, I need your help in this. Do you know such and such or someone or somewhere I can get this done? Then I will offer what I have because you asked. Again, this is the world we are living in. And when you have gone through things in life, you now realize that human beings are not necessarily what you think them to be. There is an ongoing, there's something that is happening on TikTok. There's this girl who created a GoFundMe for a homeless man, un SDF, on l'appelle le sans domicile fixe. Alors cet homme, il est sans domicile fixe et il dort sur la rue, en fait. Et cette fille l'a vu et elle a fait un GoFundMe pour lui. Elle a commencé à récolter de l'argent pour lui aider. L'homme a dit qu'il avait des choses à faire, son projet et tout. Et à la fin, elle a récolté 35 000. Normalement, elle a dit qu'elle a donné 37 000, mais c'était pas 37 000, c'était 35 000. Et là, tout a commencé à basculer, en fait. Because at this time, this man now decides that this girl is cheating him. He decides that she took out of his money. She decides this is somebody that was being given charity, right? Right now, as I talk to you on French TikTok, that's the story. And a lot of people are so angry about it because how dare you? That's what I'm talking about. But this is a girl who did what she did out of the abundance of her heart because she's caring. She took this man to the hospital, stayed with him, went to see him, check him out every day. This guy has sued her to court as I am talking to you people now. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Justin Baldoni has only acted out of the best and the good intentions of his heart. And today, there is a lawsuit. Simply out of the abundance of his heart. And so I say this to say that a lot of times as individuals, you know, and I'm guilty of this. This is why I'm saying it. I'm guilty of this. Starting this, you know, and I understand where he was coming from with his being, you know, friendly. I get it because, I mean, this is somebody you're going to be acting, you know, with and carrying out certain scenes with, you know. Again, remember, she also told him and reassured him, you are safe here. You are safe here. She said that. But in actual fact, she happened to be the very snake that was going to make him very unsafe. Justin Baldoni, if you go through his Instagram, you will notice that this is a man who is very centered on his family and very, very tight-knit, close friends. And he was very clear. He said, I have very tight-knit friends, you know, this, that. He was very clear. And so this is a lady whom her husband, listen, Ryan Reynolds is the one that started this. He was the one that began to make her understand how she could become this person, right? And how she could take this film for herself. He was the one that masterminded it and then put her into action. And then she went. So again, when the period, so I'm just going to go back to the period, the time when when it started. So talking about the rooftop scene, she now comes with her ideologies and says, okay, what do you think about the rooftop scene? And so Justin Baldoni writes a whole plethora. No, she writes a whole, you know, thing about the rooftop scene. At that point also, that was where she also played on his emotions. She gave this lengthy, very lengthy email about herself, her career. You see, everything, like I said, was minutiously planned. And she starts talking about the scenes and blah, 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 blah. And she says that they've watched the other side of it too, where I'm told at signing on that I'm wanted as a true collaborator, but once we get to work, I'm really just wanted as a yes man, audience and actor. You see? So she now began to lay in the guilt thick. She wanted him to feel guilty and pressure him. But Justin wasn't budging because a lot of things, he had already said budging on a lot of things. Now, Justin now replies her placatingly, right? And I feel that Justin wanted to make her understand at this point that well, I brought you in as an actor and not as, the collaborator that you think you are. You're just here to act. But he was saying it in a way without saying it that way. I'm Nigerian. We know how to read it between the lines, and we don't know how to be indirect. We are very direct people, because if it were me that was writing this thing to her, I'll tell you, auntie, this is not the film now. That one that you're talking about is the people that you're doing. This one is you and me. Do you understand? You're only here as an actor, nothing more. Once you finish your role, you go. Then at that point, but this is me. Justin was just being so lovely at this point. Oh my God, my sheets have fallen. So lovely at this point, and trying to, just a second. So Justin was being extremely, very nice and polite without saying much. And so, you see, it kicked in for him. And then the next day, he continued that email again, because he now began to sense that maybe she's not getting the message right. You are only here as an actor and not anything else. But baby girl said no. Girls, boys, gents, and ladies, this is where this video is going to end for me. We are going to continue in another part for the next video. Stay tuned for that one, because this is awesome. Masterclass 101 in manipulation, in stealing, in trying to steal a movie from somebody. This is a master class, but we're going to see that what happens as we go further, because a lot of things began to play out. In the next part, I'm going to also tell you how she began to use the word sex and sexy to get into, again, there was nothing that Justin did to her. Everything was already planned. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful. Do not fail to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. I want to hear from you guys. This is mind-boggling. This is crazy. As in, this is next level. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.